Hi guys, and welcome to my new YouTube video. As you guys may or may not know, I have been taking YouTube a lot more seriously recently. These types of videos are some of my favorite videos to watch on YouTube. I cannot even begin to tell you how many TBR jar videos I watch every single month, and I feel like I find so many new booktubers this way. And the other day I decided it was finally time. I'm gonna make my own TBR jar, and this is gonna help me pick the books that I'm going to read in the month of August. You guys have no idea how excited I am for this. I wrote down so many prompts, and I keep adding to it throughout the day. So every single time that I do this video, I'm probably gonna get new prompts, which is just so fun. So let's let this TBR jar pick the books that I'm gonna read in the month of August. So as for my TBR, I have so many books on my TBR cart that I really want to get to, but I also have a lot of books on my actual bookshelves that I have not read yet. I know you're in the same boat too, but this is a judgment-free zone. I know we all have large TBRs. So basically how this is gonna work, I'm gonna pick some prompts from the jar, and each prompt is gonna guide me in a direction on which book I should pick and add to my August TBR. And then throughout the month of August, I'm gonna be reading these books. And then be sure to stay tuned for my August wrap up to see how many of them I actually read, how I liked them, what I rated them. You know the drill. I'm gonna try and stick to the books on my TBR cart, but if I think of a book that matches a prompt perfectly, that is actually on my shelves, I'll probably move things around a bit. If you guys saw the video where I was painting this, you guys are a real one. Shout out to you. But without further ado, I think it's time we start picking. Why am I nervous? This is so fun. Okay, so for our very first prompt, okay, a book with a great first sentence. So I guess I have to pick some books and start reading the first sentences. Pretty much all summer I have been reading strictly romance books, so I'm hoping I can maybe switch up the genres a little bit. I wouldn't mind picking a thriller or a mystery book, and I recently got this book, which is Lucinda Berry's new book called 1 and 4. Okay, this is a crazy first sentence. I gave my wife a wicked grin and pulled my hand out of her pants before grabbing my phone off the nightstand. Okay, that one definitely got a reaction out of me. Let's see. Recently I've been wanting to read The Last Sunrise by Anna Todd. Let's see what the first sentence of this one is. I close my eyes as I float, light as a feather, becoming one with the waves. Okay, that sounds very summery. But like I said, I've been reading so many summery romance books, so I don't know if that's exactly what I want right now. Maybe a sports romance? A fencing romance? Have you guys ever read a fencing romance before? This one's called On Guard by Kels and Denise Stone. First sentence of that one isn't my favorite. How about this one? This book actually comes out in August. It's a thriller book called The Break-In by Catherine Faulkner. Later, Alice's memories of it are all like broken pieces with edges that don't match up. No. This book has been on so many of my TBRs on TikTok. They're Vicious Games. This was actually in a blind date with a book at the Strand bookstore, and it was said to be Squid Games meets The Bachelor, which, hey, that caught my interest. When my mom pulls me close in my cap and gown and whispers in my ear, "I'm so proud of you, Adina," and that's when I know I've lost. No. Why am I already stumped on the first prompt? Okay, last one. Okay, this one's good. This one's actually an arc of Good Spirits by B.K. Borison, and I got to meet her at Shelves in the City this past March. It is a Christmas romance, which I don't know if I'm necessarily in the mood for, but the first sentence is really good. And it says, on the first day of December, the universe gave to me a busted knee, a twisted string of garland, and a cat with an attitude problem. I think this might just have to be the one. I'm a crazy cat mom. I have 2 cats, so this one is kind of up my alley. Okay, so we picked our first book, Good Spirits by B.K. Borison. Yay, I'm excited about that one. Okay, for book number 2, oh, it's a long one. A book in a genre you don't usually read. Okay. I feel like the main genres that I typically read are romance, thrillers, and just literary fiction books. So anything outside of that would probably be perfect. What is the Phoenix Pencil Company? Okay, I actually think I know the perfect book on my shelf for this prompt. And this is actually a book that I've been wanting to read. I just don't know why I haven't picked it up yet. But I read the very first book of this series and I loved it, and I immediately went out and bought the second book like almost a year ago, and I haven't read it yet. So I think I'm gonna pick up Thunderhead by Neil Shusterman. If you're not familiar with the series, this is book 2 of his Scythe series. It's like a young adult sci-fi dystopian series. And like I said, I really liked book 1. It's a really quick and easy book to get through. Even though this is kind of thick, it's a young adult book, so I feel like I'll be able to fly through it. And I think this is a perfect time to continue the series. So I think book 2 is gonna be Thunderhead by Neil Shusterman. If you guys have read this series, I would love to know your guys' thoughts. I know so many people love this series so much, and even though it's outside my comfort zone, I ate it up. This is genuinely a perfect opportunity for me to continue. I don't know how many I should pick. I typically read like 6 or 7 books a month. August is actually going to be a pretty busy month for me, so I don't know how many books I'll be able to read unless they're on Kindle Unlimited, because I have a really fun trip planned, but we'll see. Okay, next one. Okay, a book by an author you love. I do love Lucinda Berry. I read The Perfect Child by her, and it was probably one of the creepiest books that I've ever read, but I haven't stopped thinking about it since I read it almost 2 years ago. It was one of the very first books that I've genuinely ever read, and it still creeps me out to this day. So I feel like her new book could be a contender for this one. Another option, which is actually one of my favorite authors of all time, Christina Lauren, and I haven't had a chance to read their Beautiful series before. I'm pretty sure this entire series is billionaire romances with a lot of smut. But like I said, Christina Lauren is one of my favorite authors. So starting this series is definitely an option. I just don't know if I want to start a new series right now because I'm in the middle of so many books. I feel like a cheat code for this one, because it has to be an author that I love, would be reading the next book of a series that I'm already in the middle of and know and love. Like I said, Kindle Unlimited books would be a plus this month because I'm going to be taking a lot of flights. So I think I have a book in mind for it, but I don't have the physical copy for it yet. But I know a lot of people really love this book, and I know it's on Kindle Unlimited. So I think I'm gonna choose Reckless by Elsie Silver, which is book 4 of her Chestnut Spring series, which all of her books are on Kindle Unlimited. I've been meaning to read that book for the longest time. So many people say that that is their favorite book of the Chestnut Spring series. Personally, I don't know if any book will top Heartless for me, but we'll see how I like Reckless. So I think for the third book of this challenge, I'll be picking Reckless by Elsie Silver, and I'm so excited about it. Book number 4. Ooh, okay. A book with a place in the title. Okay. As for the books on my TBR card that have a place in the title, Phoenix, okay, surprisingly, I only have 3 books on my TBR card that had a place in the title, unless I'm missing something. Option number 1 is The Phoenix Pencil Company by Allison King. And then I have The Gold Coast Dilemma by Nana Malone. Gold Coast is a place, right? And then option number 3 is The New York Charm by Riley Winters, which, if you guys don't know, she is an indie author. We have been mutuals on social media for a while, and she recently came out with her debut novel. And hey, the reviews of it have been absolutely insane. I have not read it yet. I've definitely been meaning to read it ever since I got my hands on it, so I think I'm gonna have to choose this one. If you guys don't know Riley, she is genuinely like the sweetest girl ever, so I'm really excited to finally read her book. And she sent me a signed copy. Oh, she's the sweetest, so I'm really excited. I know she's working on her second book of the series, so I definitely need to read this as soon as possible. So book number 4 is The New York Charm by Riley Winters. Okay, let's pick a couple more. The next book will be a book you know nothing about. Okay, hey, all of them. I feel like there's gonna be quite a few of those. Right now I have 3 romances and a sci-fi book, so I think I want to switch it up and find a thriller. I have this one down here, which I honestly know nothing about. It's called A Dead Drop by Robert Dugoni. Ooh, okay, this is a thriller that follows a girl named Tracy, and that's my sister's name. That could be kind of fun. And like I said, I've been really wanting to read a thriller. And I don't really have many other thrillers on here. And the thrillers that I do have, I kind of know a little bit about them. So I think I'm gonna pick this one. I also have Feeders by Matt Serafini. Do I know anything about this one? No, I don't. Wait, this one could be fun too. Oh, okay, now do I want to read this one instead? Right now it's between A Dead Draw and Feeders, and I don't know which one to pick. Honestly, I think after reading the synopsis, I think I'm gonna pick Feeders. Oh, and I like it when there's like text messages and emails in it, especially in a thriller book, so maybe I'll pick this one. Looks like this book has something to do with Kylie and she wants to become an influencer, and there's this app that might be able to make it happen. This one's piquing my interest right now, so I think I'm gonna add Feeders by Matt Serafini as book number 5. Yeah, next book. Okay, they're all falling. Ooh, okay. The next book of a series that you're in the middle of. The only book on my TBR cart that fits that prompt would be The Strawberry Patch Pancake House. Like I said, I just don't know if I want any more romances on my TBR this month, so I don't think I'm gonna pick this one. Just kidding, I'm picking another romance book. I know just the book for this one. It's a book that I know I'm gonna love. It is the next and final book of the Windy City series, which is, what is it called? Does anyone know? It's Rio's book. What is his book called? Rewind It Back. I will be reading book 5 of the Windy City series, which is Rewind It Back by Liz Tom 40. Every single book of that series has been a 4 or a 5 star, even a 6 star. Play Along is my favorite romance book that I have ever read. Nobody can tell me otherwise, but Isaiah Rhodes is perfect. And book 5 just recently came out, and I've been seeing so much hype around it, and I feel like I kind of just want to wrap up that series because I read the last 2 books recently. I've pretty much made the Windy City series my whole entire personality this past few months because I recently read Caught Up and Play Along, the 3rd and 4th books of the series, which followed 2 baseball brothers. I played softball growing up, and so baseball is one of my favorite sports. All 5 of the MMCs are on professional sports teams in the Chicago area. We have a hockey team, we have basketball, we have baseball, and then they're all part of a really big friend group, which I'm just so in love with that friend group. So I'm really excited to add Rewind It Back on my TBR. So that'll be book number 5. Now for book number 6. Okay. A book that you want to read. Oh my god, wait, it's like a freebie. Wait, that's so fun. I only put one freebie in here and I got it, so that's really exciting. What's a book that I've been wanting to read? I have been wanting to read this one, Backslide by Nora Dahlia. This book takes place in wine country, which I used to live in wine country in the Sonoma and Napa County area in California. So any book that has this setting, I personally love. This book just came out and it's called Friends to Lovers. Ooh, okay, this one kind of gives Happy Place by Emily Henry. Joni and Ren have a pact that they become each other's +1s for every wedding. It looks like it's a summery friends to lovers romance, which, I mean, I could be down for. It also looks really short. Yeah, just about 300 pages. Okay, I grabbed a few books that I've been wanting to read and we'll try and decide from there. And they're all very different books, so I don't know how I'm gonna choose. The first one being One True Loves by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Taylor Jenkins Reid is one of my favorite authors, literally of all time. Everybody seems to love this book by her, so I definitely wanted to give it a shot. But like I said, I do already have a lot of romance books on this month's TBR, so I don't know about that one. Okay, this one's an actual brick. This is the Mindfuck series, books 1 through 5. Every single person that has read this book has raved about it. And they say that it goes so fast, so even though it's really big, I feel like I could fly through it because everybody says they don't ever want to put it down. Do I know anything about it? No. But the hype is real, so that's a contender. And then I got The Perfect Marriage by Geneva Rose. My best friend recently read this one and she loved it. So possibly this one, and I know The Perfect Divorce recently came out too. So if I really like this one, I can get the second book. So that's an option. Catabasis comes out in the month of August, so in honor of that, I might as well read the arc for it. You guys, I still can't believe this. I had the opportunity to meet and chat with R.F. Kuang at Shelves in the City. She signed the arc. Like, I feel like this is a book that everybody's been wanting. So I feel like it's only right to read it in the month of August, right? That's an option. And then the last option I have is The Measure by Nikki Ehrlich. I recently read The Poppy Fields by her, which is her newest release, and I loved it. People actually say that they like this one even better. So, and HarperCollins actually sent me this special edition, limited edition, gorgeous copy of it. The premise of it is actually insane. Everybody gets a box in the mail that has a piece of string. Everybody's string length is different and they don't know what it means. Come to find out that everybody's string correlates to the length of time they have left in their life. Such a crazy concept. So I'm really interested in this one. So I think out of these 5, I'm gonna eliminate One True Loves because I have too many romance books. If I'm being honest, I think I'm leaning towards either The Measure or The Perfect Marriage. I think I want to do The Measure. I really liked The Poppy Fields and I really want to read this one. I think the concept is just so unique and so interesting. So I'm going to add this one. And I think that's a really good choice and I'm really excited about it. So book number 6 is The Measure by Nikki Ehrlich. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Book number 7. Okay, I think I should call it there because I have 7 books on my TBR, which I think is plenty. Like I said, I have a really big trip coming up in August, so I don't know how much reading I'll be able to get done. But luckily I did think ahead and I picked some books that are on Kindle Unlimited because I think I'm not gonna bring any physical books with me, but that doesn't mean I won't bring any physical books home with me. I haven't talked about where I'm going yet, so you guys are the first to know about it, but let's just say I'm leaving the country and I'm really excited about it. Okay, so we finished all the prompts. Now let's go over all the books that we picked for my August TBR. Book number 1 is an arc for Good Spirits by B.K. Borison, which is a holiday romance, and I'm really excited about this one. Book number 2 is Thunderhead by Neil Shusterman, book 2 of the Scythe series, which is really fun. It's a young adult sci-fi dystopian series. Book number 3 is The New York Charm by Riley Winters. I'm so excited to support her and finally read her debut. Like I said, I've heard nothing but amazing reviews, so I'm really excited about this one. And then I have The Feeders by Matt Serafini. This was the prompt where I just don't know much about it, and I'm gonna keep it that way. I really like going into thrillers a little bit blind because then I have no idea where it's gonna go. The Measure by Nikki Ehrlich. I've been wanting to read this one for over a year now. I'm really glad I finally have the opportunity to. And then the last 2 books are Reckless by Elsie Silver and Rewind It Back by Liz Tomforty. 2 of my most anticipated reads. Honestly, I expect those to be both 5 stars, so we'll see. we'll see how I rate them. Alrighty guys, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had such a fun time picking out my August TBR using the TBR jar. Let me know if you guys like this type of video because I personally love watching these ones and I will definitely keep doing them. Stay tuned for my wrap up of August to see how many of these books I'm actually able to get to. We all know that sticking to TBRs is not always the easiest thing to do, but I'm definitely going to try my hardest. We'll see how I do. If you guys have read any of the books that I picked for my August TBR, I would love to know your guys' thoughts on them in the comments. And if you guys enjoyed this video, it would mean the absolute world to me to see you like it or comment and subscribe to my channel for more videos. I've been having so much fun making these YouTube videos, so there's going to be plenty more to come. So hopefully I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!